as somebody who's been obsessing over the southern residents, can you talk about Lolita, please? If you like what we're doing and you want more stories about orcas and the environment, why not support us on Patreon?
Lolita is, again, somebody who is living all alone, with the exception of a couple of dolphins in a small tank in Miami. She was taken as a baby. She, from the southern residents, we know where her natal group is. We know where her mom is. We know where her family is. They're all identified and they're all still alive. And there are a lot of attempts and efforts and desires to see if there's some way to transfer Lolita to a sanctuary in the San Juan Islands for eventual release to her family group.
Because she strikes me as the best candidate out there for reunification with her family.
Well, I think she could be a good candidate. It really depends upon her health, which is failing. I mean, she's older, and because she's lived so long in concrete tanks, she would normally be a healthy, middle-aged female orca in the wild. She is not that because she's been living in a concrete tank. So Lolita is someone who was taken as a baby. She's living in a tank in Miami. She's a southern resident orca. We know exactly where her natal group is. It's believed that her mother is still alive. And there's a lot of effort and desire to transfer Lolita to a rehabilitation facility in the San Juan Islands and then eventually release her to her natal group.
Have you seen Lolita? Have you gone to...
I've not seen Lolita in a long time, but I've reviewed a lot of videotapes of Lolita for different projects and different legal cases to try to get her out.
She seems to be in the worst of all circumstances of the North American captive whales. Like her pool is the only one that seems to fail the minimal standards that the government has set.
It's, when you get to to that contest between who's in the worst circumstance, it's a pretty awful contest. Yeah, she's in a standard tank. I think they've established now that the tank is not up to regulation. It's too small.
And those regulations are not exactly strict.
And exactly. She has, as I mentioned, a couple of dolphins that are let in with her for companionship. The worst situation may be Kiska, who is in Marineland in Ontario, in Niagara Falls. She has been alone in a small tank for years. She has nothing in her tank. No objects, no other cetaceans. She's all alone. She just swims in circles all of her days. She has seen all 5 of her children die. Any companions she had as a younger whale either killed themselves or transferred out. So it's really hard to say who's in the worst circumstance when you have, Kiska all alone in the tank for years and Lolita in this tiny tank being made to do tricks. It's like a contest of suffering.